My job here is an success coach for apprentices. So what that means is I kind of help non-traditional students get into their careers without earning or gaining any debt. So they don't go straight to school, they go straight to work. I was a part of the program in 2017, I believe, 2018-ish. I came to orientation in February, and my son was almost 2 when I moved in, or when we moved in. So it was, I want to say it was 2018. But he was almost 2 when we moved in, and I found out about the program because my best friend came through it. She is now an OBGYN in Kansas City. So, and at the time she was just going through her associates, and I kind of found myself in the same predicament where, like, I had a child, but I wanted to go to school and I wanted to achieve different things, but I didn't know how to do that. So she talked to me about Family Scholar House, and I called one day, and then it was kind of like the rest is like history, just because I was, from the day I called, I was like in this very building every day till I moved in. And then I lived on this campus, so I was in here every day still. Like, it was just like really, really amazing. Yeah, it was just me and my son, Princeton, and we did a lot of things while we were here, a lot of classes, a lot of success classes, academic success classes, financial success classes, mommy and me courses, anything that they were willing to teach us, and there was a lot, I was willing to learn. So it was like really amazing, and get my degree at the same time. So I was able to be a part, like, it didn't feel like a part-time mom because I was able to be there for my son whenever he needed me. So that was like really, really amazing, and I don't think that would have been an opportunity for me if I would have been getting my own apartment and making my own money and going to school and going to work part-time or full-time. The time frame with my child would have been cut to like a third. So I was able to manage all of it, being a mother, being a student, and you know, working. They were pushing me, like the Scholar House pushed me completely to just try and like ask questions, get answers. Don't be afraid to ask the questions 2 or 3 times. So the Film Scholar House completely wrapped their arms around me while I was doing what I needed to do. What you put out, you get back. So I was going to class like I should be. I was doing my homework like I should have been. I was doing my exams, and maybe wasn't a straight A student, but I finished, and I kept my GPA up, and I wasn't in trouble with school, and I wasn't in trouble with the Scholar House. So when I was putting my best foot forward, the Scholar House did the same for me. They would vouch for me if I needed anything, resume help. Well, that's actually open to everybody. Resume consultations, career coaching, anything like that. So the 3 years that I was here was really amazing. And then my son got everything I got. So, you know, the things that I was learning, he was learning along with me. Yeah, it was hard sometimes because Princeton did have to go to class with me sometimes. Some days he had to go study with me. If I had a late night session or something like that, Princeton had to come too. I had to take my stroller. I was like rolling my stroller through the library and like going in the upper rooms where it had to be like really, really quiet, but I have my, you know, 3-year-old, and I'm like, okay, hopefully there's a classroom somewhere or something where we could be shut off. So while they never discouraged me from taking my child anywhere, they were just like, as long as it's okay with the teacher, they should understand. So they also challenged me to speak up for myself and say, okay, so my son is here, but he's really well behaved. And I got that all the time. Like, Princeton was really well behaved, except one time when he fell asleep in a class and he was snoring, and it was like a pin dropping, and he was like passed out and he was just snoring. I was like, it's okay, I'm gonna leave. It's okay, I'm sorry. Because people were like starting to look at me, but I didn't have a choice. But thankfully that teacher was like really, really understanding, and once he saw that I had a child, like, it kind of warmed his heart up a little bit towards me. So he was understanding about different things, like my exams, if they weren't good enough or I couldn't get them turned in on time or whatever, you know. It was just that thing, like, you know, I wasn't ashamed of being a mother, and then they weren't making me feel that way either. And then the Scholar House was like, keep going, like, don't let that stop.